say you put your stuff on the side where you don't have your stuff right now. So, welcome to our activities. Today, me and Laura, we're going to focus on problem solving, and we're going to start by doing an orientation activity. Are you guys ready to have some fun?
Yeah, sure.
You up for the challenge? Alright, so each of you, please stand in between two strings of the same color around the marker. This activity is called Magic Marker, and we want you guys to get to know each other a little bit better. So, as you pick up each string, I want you to pick up one at a time and hold them in each hand. And when you pick up the first string, I want you to say your name, and then when you pick up the second string, you say something that you value. And after you do that, I will take the cap off the marker, and it is your guys' job to go over to that sheet right there and write out a word, something that symbolizes this activity and it relates to problem solving or teamwork. So it's up to you guys to figure out what word you want to write down. But does anyone have any questions?
Yep.
Okay, what's that?
What was, you said say our name and then say something that we value?
You value.
Okay.
Does
We're not
anyone
doing it
want?
all at once, right?
Nope.
Okay.
One at a time. Does anyone want to go first? Okay.
So, my name's Sarah. What do you value?
Yep.
I value my family.
I'm Tess, and I value loyalty.
I'm Sam, and I value friends.
I'm Elijah.
Sorry, we're good.
I'm Elijah and I value friendships.
Alright, now you guys understand what you're going to do now?
Yeah.
I forgot a word.
I'm not going to help you out.
Over there.
Okay, so come
Over
over.
there.
And how are you going to this way? Maybe.
Maybe we should figure out a word first.
Alright, so, wait, is it something of value? Did you say?
Something that relates to this task, what you have to do to complete it.
Team.
Yeah, since it's even.
So,
So,
We're gonna do like team.
I sit here.
Yeah,
This
team.
way.
so this, so
Wait,
I'm upside down basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going left this way?
That's you can pull it?
Which
Yeah,
way?
pull down first.
Okay, I'm gonna just lay it down.
I would move it that way.
So you gotta put the thing in the middle for the T.
Oh, we're doing it.
Lowercase?
Okay, oh, you're going this way.
I said you all uppercase.
Wait, uppercase or lowercase?
I
Uppercase will be easier.
first I think uppercase.
and
You
down
E.
first. Okay, do you want to pull?
Yeah, sure.
So you can take off.
So we're just gonna go
Just
right
like
down,
put it down.
go
Put it
quick,
down
try to
and
go
then pull it
across.
down.
Yeah, pull it in.
Oh, that was perfect.
Oh my gosh, this people. I don't even know that there.
That's the capital. So say we're pulling in.
Yeah, we're doing.
You got this.
We're going right.
Yeah. Oh,
You should stay
We
right
should
there.
really need the.
Then you go down.
Wait.
that's E for you. E this way.
You're upside
This
down,
side.
remember? Okay.
Go
Unless
down.
you
Oh,
got-
yeah, go down now.
Go down. Oh my god.
Is that-
Sarah?
Yeah.
Is that uppercase?
Yeah.
Another Jim?
Okay.
So Alonzo, you're gonna have to
Oh.
pull. Or Tess can pull.
Not bad, I must say.
Yeah, do you want to start at the
We
top
need
or
to
the
go
bottom?
down.
I'm gonna pull down the
Nope. Oops.
Then I'll pull them.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Alright, so.
Put it down,
Do you
hold
want
it down.
Yeah, let's start with just like. Yeah. Test it.
I'm gonna go up.
Start from that point and then go
Wanna
up.
go up?
Yeah.
And once you finish your word, if you want to bring the marker back to its original spot, you can walk your marker back. You can place it down back in your original position.
Original.
All right. Well, I gave like you noticed, I didn't tell you exactly what to do. I left it up to you guys to make your decisions. But I saw you guys had good communication skills, and I think you guys completed it pretty successfully.
Alright. Okay, so now on to our next activity. So, this activity is called Balloon Tower. So, you probably saw that we were blowing up balloons when we walked into the room. So, in pairs, since there's 4, we're going to split 2 and 2. You're going to create a balloon tower, and the goal is to try to make it as tall as you possibly can. So, you're going to do that under a few different conditions. So, it has to be in the form of a shape. So, it could be like a circle, a diamond, a triangle, whatever shape that you come to a consensus on with one another. You are allowed to pop balloons if you need to. I wouldn't really recommend, but if you want to, it's fine. But you're only allowed to pop like up to 3 of them out of the 10. So most of them have to be like blown up. And then the last condition is for the foundation of the tower, you're only allowed to use 1 piece of tape to attach it to the floor. So I would like just try to figure out like how big you want that to be, like amongst yourselves, like however you want that to be. So those are the only conditions. I know that was a lot to throw at you that quickly. So does anyone have any questions before we start?
Do you have a amount of tape in general?
You're getting one. Each team is getting about this much tape.
Can you rip it?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I meant to clarify that. Yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna split up 2 and 2. So you could do Sarah and Sam, and then Alondra and Tess.
Okay.
We're doing it on the floor or the table?
Yeah, you have to do it on the floor. You can move the tables out of the way so you have space there. Also, we're going to. Ooh, that was really loud. So you're gonna get 2 minutes to talk to each other about what you want to do, like plan it out, figure all that out, and then you'll have, depending on time, around 12 or 13 minutes to actually put it together. So I'll give you the start on that.
Be careful with the tape too, because it doesn't really
Yeah.
Be careful, you have your shoe on.
All right, your 2 minutes start right now. Plan out.
Okay, begin.
Good touch.
And then your tape's here whenever. By the time's up, you can start.
Lauren. Okay, give us the directions one more time.
Okay, so you're only allowed to use 1 piece of tape
One piece.
to tape it to the floor and like build a foundation for it. So that's one condition. It has to be in the form of a shape. And you could pop balloons if you need to try to like make a structure out of it, but like you don't need to do that. But that's just like, but like if you are gonna do that, you only are allowed to pop like 3 of them, about like around 3 of them. Don't pop any more than 30 if you need to.
So we gotta try to figure out what structure we're gonna make, right?
And we have 10 balloons.
You have 1 more minute until you can begin.
Five. No, that's good. 5. That'll be it. 5, 3, 2. That's it.
That's 10. Okay. How are we gonna make them stick together?
Tape.
Okay. So you only can use 1 piece, right?
1 piece to put it on the ground, or we can rip that into small pieces.
When can we start?
Well, I'll give you 30 more seconds.
Okay.
How's your foot? You're fine. I'll do all the work. At least my foot's okay. My back's the problem.
Well, yeah, don't do that.
Oh, we can start?
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Begin. Let's start building. Also, I'll give you guys about a 5-minute warning and then a 1-minute warning.
Now, what do you want? 1 piece?
I want these to tape together.
Here.
Also, just keep in mind that the goal is to make it as tall as you possibly can.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I did say that, but I'm just reiterating it for you.
3?
you guys make yours. You know.
Don't tell yet. We're gonna present them at the end.
More notice, and I'm just gonna randomly copy it.
Put it on the blue.
3 on 3? How about we tie those together? Take those.
Can we get it smaller and thinner?
Is that enough?
Alright, now we're gonna
You're forgetting I have the GoPro. I'm just like walking around.
Back to that.
we do this one. We want to follow
I don't know how we're gonna justify it.
Alright, keep going. Coming along.
Okay, if we can go,
Want a support or?
I'm gonna go higher.
Secret to
Can
Keep your
we
voice
get a long skin?
What do you need?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know.
In your head?
Can you all these together, huh? So I can keep around there.
What if someone has the higher tower but
Not
no shape?
But it's not a shape. You fail.
Slow some time.
Oh.
I've got triangles going. I'm good.
Okay.
What is going on here?
I need that
Got-
one to go there.
Got everything planned out, and then I'm wanna figure out what the shape is, right?
Remember, you can pop some balloons too.
If you need to.
If you're on a tape to tie them together.
Need another piece?
Yeah, to secure.
How long?
We're gonna need.
This reminds me of like the gumball from Willy Wonka. I realized.
I know, I love that the balloons are all different colors. It's nice.
I mean, a tiny piece of tape. Well, not tiny.
Is that how you do it like that?
Yeah. Okay, now we have to just secure these.
Give one more. Yeah, give one
It just leans. If we can get it to lean that way, we're good.
Ours is done.
Essentially finishing.
Very nice.
We win.
Wait.
Okay, they still have about 6 minutes if
Why are you
necessary.
saying wait?
But
The other groups aren't on that.
yeah, they have a few more minutes.
How much is time?
6 minutes. So yeah, almost that.
I'm just trying to, just looking at it.
What shape is that?
Honestly, I've never
Yeah,
done the
triangles.
activity myself before. This is very impressive, must say, on both parts, both groups.
I see a few different shapes. So it's like well, you can present it after they finish.
Yeah, after we finish, we'll.
Do we have to secure it to the floor, cause ours is freestanding right
No, honestly, there are ways to play it as like just a freestanding tower. I just kind of modified a little bit just to help out because I've never done it before, so I didn't know how well it was actually going to stand up. But it seems to stand pretty well without anything. But I just wanted to give you guys the option to have a little something.
Well, I just like making all these faces.
now. He has no fit. Just kidding.
What shape is it? Alright, I say we add it. Let's see one. The line.
Is the 5-minute mark yet?
I got 1 more minute.
And then we'll just add this here again. Directing. Flower. It started off being
It
a
was
flower.
100% your choice to make it whatever you wanted it.
You guys still got some tape left. You don't want to use it?
No, I'm
Yeah.
afraid to touch it,
Yeah.
honestly. I feel like if I breathe too heavy or touch it, it's gonna.
Who's the stellar?
How much time do you have left, Laura?
2 minutes.
Yeah, here's 1 minute. You have it. Good time? Wait, how much time do we have?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
4:52.
Call it. Okay, no one breathe on it.
All right.
It's gonna fall any second.
Is everyone done? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just curious, honestly, what shapes you guys decided. So, Tess and Alonje, what was your shape supposed to
And
be?
what was your thought process behind building that?
So we have a triangle base, and then a triangle second layer, and a triangle third layer, and then it makes an infinity sign.
Okay.
Wow, you really combined all the shapes in that one. I like it though.
To me,
Impressive.
It kind of looks like a snowman.
Huh?
I said to me, it looks like a snowman, kind of.
No, it's cool though. Sarah and Sam, what is yours supposed to be?
Yours is pretty high too.
Flower, and you can tell by like the 2 petals.
Ooh, I
Bottom.
see.
Alright.
I like it. Both of them are
It's
pretty.
rare from.
Both of them are pretty equal in height almost too. Wow. I wasn't sure how tall they would come out to be, but those are really tall. They look great. Good job, everyone.
And they're pretty similar, so we're not going to declare a winner.
No, yeah, they're very similar. We don't need to do that. Alright, we're just gonna wrap up now. Just debrief a little bit. So if everyone wants to just kind of come in, you can sit, stand, doesn't matter to me. If you want to stay, Tess, you could stay.
I wanna knock it over.
Want to keep your tower standing? Okay, so what did you like or dislike about our activities today?
Popping of balloons makes me nervous.
Yeah.
All right.
It gave you some chance to be a little bit creative.
Yeah, I'll let you like figure out what you want to do.
How do you think it was challenging for you?
Then at the same time, you didn't give us a lot of direction, so like,
Yeah, that was part of
that was part of it.
our thing was to make it sort of. on
Yeah,
topic
it
for you
was
guys.
supposed to be more of like a
Trying to figure it out.
free kind of thing, just for the purpose of like trying to work with someone else to like come to a consensus and figure things out, like problem solve a little bit. So that's why we wanted to give you more freedom in how you wanted to do it, because we wanted you to be able to make the decisions together. So that was part of the reasoning for that.
What populations could you see this activity being done with? Kids. How would we adapt it to make it either easier or harder for older adults? Or could you see any issues with doing this activity with someone that's older?
Maybe getting on the ground might be an issue for
Yeah.
someone that's older. So do it on the table.
Yeah, like this would be a good surface to do that on, to help with sitting and not being on the floor. How would you modify it to play with like younger kids?
More balloons.
Or tape to the ground.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, when looking over the activity, like we found a few different ways that would be helpful. Like we figured that instead of breaking up into groups, they could all work together, more minds, you know, and more ideas. We also decided that we can make it like a little more, like have like a little bit of a fun, like playful nature to it for kids, and like they can't let the balloons hit the floor at all, so they have to like keep them up somehow while building it, like just keep it up kind of game, like things like that. But yeah, problem solving is definitely a very good thing to work on with younger kids, as opposed to like everyone else as well, but definitely with younger kids, it really helps to build communication skills, build independence, also like team building, like working with others, like forming those skills, really helpful at a young age, and leading into like preteens and adolescence, and really helps to yeah, like really just creates independence and really helps them like learn how to work with others. It has a way of like making kids more structured and keeping them happier and can think better for themselves. So definitely very good to use with younger kids, like elementary age,
How would you guys feel if
preteens.
we made you guys blow up balloons?
That was a big decision we were trying to make before.
In the 15 minutes? Or would you want
Oh, that would be good. I mean, to make it harder.
Yeah, because we were gonna initially do that, but we thought we didn't have enough time.
We wanted to accommodate for the time a little bit.
That's a good modification.
Yeah. What are ways to make it a little more complicated for kids to?
Blow up the balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I feel like depending on how old they are is a little difficult.
Especially like tying it.
Yeah, tying it, I was even having trouble doing that. But yeah, I mean, if anything, I would say like teenagers maybe could definitely do that. If it was like a very young population of kids between like elementary age, like younger, maybe like 9 or 10, I would probably not do that with them just because it's a little complex for their development.
What do you think older adults would do with blowing up the balloons?
Probably not really more time.
It's fine motor skills, so I don't know.
No, I just think
Depends.
it's like, you get it.
Yeah. So that's thinking too.
Um,
Well, what did you like about the activity and what did you not like the activity? Do you just want to offer up one thing?
well, we did that.
Or how,
We talked about that already.
how can we make it better?
Yeah, this was our first time, well, at least my first time, like doing something like this kind of activity. Like, what are maybe ways that we can improve to, if we did this again with another group of people, like how can we improve the activity or change it up a little bit, just from a participant's view?
More balloons.
You can make it harder by like, you can only touch like certain colors,
Different
Yeah.
size balloons.
That's a good one. Those are both really good, actually. I was definitely thinking about before when I was blowing up the balloons about the different shapes and stuff, but I wanted to try to just make it as even as I could just for this trial run.
How do you think you would have done it if we told you weren't able to communicate after those 2 minutes? Verbally, that is it.
Yeah, that is one way that we were thinking of adding complexity to it. So how do you, what are some ways that you think you can manage doing it non-verbally with a partner?
But just basically getting the plan, when you give us the first initial time, getting the plan together right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shows that planning is very productive and strategizing is really good for problem solving. And that's definitely another thing when working with children, developing those kind of skills from a young age can really be beneficial when they grow up and reach young adulthood. It's really beneficial to have those skills and to adapt them and learn about them at a young age. So, yeah.
That was our balloon tower activity. If you guys want to take your towers home, you could do that. If you don't, you could help us out by putting them back in the bags.
Yeah.
Putting the classroom back together, how it was before a little bit.
Alright, also just thank you for participating. We hope you enjoyed our
Okay,
activities.
space together. Yeah.
Learned a little bit. And yeah, thanks again. Let's just try to put everything back where it needs to be.
You want to keep your team posted as a reminder of how well you guys do?
Put that on the
Sure, you
camera.
keep it.
Team. Now it'll sit. And dispose of this.
Alright, well, thank you guys for participating in the program. We hope you like them both.
Different, interesting,
Good work.
I'm glad.
creative.
Alright.
Now I need to